a map database, so spatial database, which can give this opportunity, which could be available with different levels. So that, let's say, the staff has the income to all functionality of the system, but the lower levels of administration has only, let's say, responsibility to create a part of this or to use a part of the system. And several existing databases which are functional in our university before for keeping and management of costs were linked to these maps and geoportal and spatial database by creating of the informatic tools. And the part which is blue here, there are a part, let's say, which is called physical layer, which was just developed or created in this project. So let's say the layer of databases was exist before, layer of maps was created to link them to, let's say, to the decision-making head, and physical layer was something what was created as a, let's say, physical part. So the project schedule include concept of the system, so creation of the concept, linking, writing idea how to linking existing database together and how to link them to the spatial data system. Then how to program, make programming of the work of this GeoPortal application. So we also invite several informatics from our university to do this work. And another part was just purchase a collection of hardware and software. Some of them were already exist at university, like GIS site license for ArcGIS, and rest have to be created by or find on the market. And the most important thing was the programming work, so building of informatic application, then implementation, so creation of procedure for university, how to use this work, how to use this software, and then building the Go server application, which can be already used by everybody, and training of end users. So the scheme of this development informatic tool, I think maybe it's not time to explain everything. So we can just briefly say that there were three levels. First, it was presented before, it was architecture of tool, how it was programmed, which programs were used, how, etc., what was in the cloud, computation cloud included, what part of the system was on the, let's say, personal computers. Then creation of environment for developers, so they can communicate during this tool together and create step-by-step the application. And then work group environment, so the people working for university were divided for several groups, which were tested these parts of the system, and was also included in the in creation and testing, verification of the model of this model, this program which was created, and then interacted with informatics. So how it looks, let's say if we log into our web page, it was, let's say, the login interface. Then there are several options to find, and one of them, it's a map of university, where all the map was created by our colleagues. So this, let's say, the next level is that we can have input to our maps, our fields, which have different land use applications. So they were also indicated here what type of the land is for what kind of activity prepared. So, and every, let's say, object in the map has also informatic layer in which we could link to different databases, the cost databases. For, let's say, some of this link was open for developers, so that means that people who created this database or have to manage of them every day has different different possibilities to input, so different rights. But some rest of the people had only look on that and without any rights to change anything. But it looks like that we have a map, then we have database with some indicators based on them, or through them we can connect every database separately. So, and for the, let's say, end user, there were 3 panels which were open for them to let's say to manage of data and information and money. So first of them is land record, so panel which give us information about every object in the system in our university. And for land use panel, we have information about architecture used with proportion of different crops, and also photos, another panel which give us information about, let's say, photos, also included PDF, scanned maps, etc. plans, which people who are working on that can also include this data into database and have them visibility of them in any time when they want to use them. So thematic layers, like if you see here, can be also find, let's say that they were created for better visualization of object and attributes, depends on the different application. But there was also created a search engine, very simple, which can be used for looking on this, finding information using inventory number, plot number, or address. So to conclude, we can say this, let's say one of the first system of decision support for management staff, which was realized in university in Poland, and it was in that time we used commercial GIS technology, which was useful in that time because we had access to the site license, to the free, let's say, license for all university. Now it changed, and in the time when open source technology is more popular, also in the same level like commercial, this system have to be changed to the open source. That's something what is going on now. So thank you very much for invitation.
We can turn out if anybody has any discussion questions, please by the show of hands. Yes, Dr. Yes, sir. Doctor, introduce your name and your affiliation, please.
Thank you. Professor Dr. Juhuri, University of Mosul. Thank you for your presentation. My question is, what are the obstacles and challenges of this system?
The obstacles, that's what I said in the end, that was built in the commercial system, GIS system, and this is something what limited our development in the future. So it have to be changed now because of the cost of such a system, such a application, and the, let's say, world trend in universities to use open source softwares, freewares, and for education and administration. This is, let's say, like in Poland it works, and even if we teach students, we teach open source softwares, and we prefer this comparing to licensed softwares from the market, commercial one, because business needs it. I mean, private companies use open source systems, not licenses, not commercial anymore. And advantage, so this is, let's say, one of the obstacles. Advantage of the system, it's something that every building can be, let's say, for the rector, that will give the opportunity to check every building and even every room, every academic, I don't know, laboratory. What is the cost of this laboratory? What is the cost of the building? Cost of life, cost of, and also to find on the map, for example, places where the cost of use, of cost of let's say living cost of this region, this department, is much higher than income of the money which they bring to university. So that was something what give a possibility to analyze also spatially on the map, and also to looking to them by use of mouse, by just clicking and pointing the let's say laboratory which the staff want to analyze. That's briefly, say, the most important advantage and disadvantage of the system.
Okay, thank you very much, Doctor, for your valuable presentation. We are
Thank you.
very pleased to have you at the premises of Jihan University. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir, for your fabulous presentation and speeches. We used a lot.
پیرۆزبایی زانکۆی ئەربیلی نێودەوڵەتی بۆ زانکۆی جیهان. دوای سڵاو ڕێز بە بۆنەی بەستنی کۆنفرانسی سێوەمی نێودەوڵەتی لەبارەی بەڕێوەبردن و زانستە داراییەکان، گەورەترین پیرۆزبایی ئاراستەی پەرستان و ئەندامان و بەشداربووانی کۆنفرانس دەکەین. هیوادارین دەرەنجامی ئەم کۆنفرانسە نێودەوڵەتیە مایە پێشکەوتنی زانکۆتان و هەرێمی کوردستان بێت. هەر شاد و سەرکەوتوو بن. پرۆفسۆر دکتۆر ئەحمەد دزەیی، سەرۆکی زانکۆی ئەربیلی نێودەوڵەتی. زۆر سپاس.
Next, we look forward for the presence of our second keynote speaker on the platform, Professor Dr. Joanna Poliszkiewicz from Poland.
Good morning. I will share my presentation.
Okay, let me give you a short biography about dear Dr. Joanna, that she is the director of the Management Institute. She is also an adjunct professor at the University of Warsaw in Finland. She is well recognized in Poland and abroad, the University of Warsaw in Finland as well, and she is well known for her expertise in management issues such as knowledge management and trust management. She has published over 210 papers or manuscripts, and she is the author, co-author, and editor of 13 books. Currently, she serves as the Deputy Editor-in-Chief of the Management and Production Engineering Review. She is an Associate Editor for the Journal of Computer Information Systems, Expert Systems with Applications, and Intelligent Systems with Applications. She is the Vice President of the Polish Association for Production Engineering. She also serves as the Chair of the International Cooperation in European Business Club. She serves as the Vice President of the International Association for Computer Information Systems in the United States. Let's use her words.
Dear ladies and gentlemen, it's a great pleasure to present today the topic related with management and innovation. I come from Warsaw. It's a capital since 6th century. In Warsaw live around 1.8 million people, and we have 66 high education institutions. I work at Warsaw University of Life Sciences at Management Institute. It's one of the oldest university and one of the biggest university in Poland. Today, I would like to present the theoretical foundations related to leadership, trust, management, and innovation. And also, I would like to present research results related to these areas. The purpose of my presentation is to show the challenges related to leadership, trust, knowledge management, and innovative organizations. The first dimension is leadership. Leadership is one of the most significant predictors that influence on the success of the organization. Leadership is the art of motivating a group of people to act toward achieving a common goals. In my research, I used 4 dimensions related with leadership. I chose relationship, processes, behavior, and threats. Effective leadership within an organization is often viewed as the foundation for building organizational trust, knowledge, and as a result, an environment for developing innovations. The second dimension is trust. In the literature, there are a lot of definitions of trust. According to psychologists, trust is an individual feature. According to Gibb, the trust is very similar to love. According to Lewis and Weigert, trust, people vary in terms they are able to trust each other. Trust is also part of relationship. We cannot create any relationship without the trust. And also, trust is a part of social and economic. In management, trust can be defined as the belief that another party will not act in the way that is harmful to the trusting party, will act in such a way that is beneficial to the trusting party, will act, will behave in a predictable, mutually acceptable manner. And also we can say that trust is between past experiences and in neuroeconomics, it is underlined that also this element, which you can see on this picture, influence if we are able to trust the second party. So for it, influence body language, mimicry, a degree of similarity, voice, gesture, face profile, smell, and physical appearance. Trust is interpersonal. It's appear between concrete individuals. It's situational rather than global because it's placed in one particular person. It's voluntary since we cannot enforce anybody to trust. It's committed since each party depends on the others. And it's dynamic or temporal because it evolves over time. Trust is established, grows, diminishes, and dies. And it's very difficult to build trust, but it's very easy to destroy it. And here is the short story. I once worked in an organization where people trusted one another, where people told the truth, shared information, didn't feel afraid to getting it wrong or being a failure. When people made mistakes, they were able to admit to their mistakes openly and ask for help. Managers were more interested in what lessons had been learned from mistakes than apportioning blame. Gossip and nastiness were uncommon. People could disagree or challenge each other, knowing that it was done with positive intent. People were open, the atmosphere was supportive. Problems were solved easily. Because of this strong element of trust, people work better together and build stronger and successful relationships with customers, colleagues, and suppliers. It sounds like a great place to work, doesn't it? Maybe it seems unrealistic, but everything depends on us. Trust is not given. We have to do something. We have to take care about trust, build trust every day that the trust appears. So everything depends on us. There is no one answer how to build the trust, but there are some activities, behaviors which influence on trust building. For example, changes in decision if they are needed, providing the information just in time, being honest to others, speaking openly, giving positive and negative feedback in appropriate manner, showing respect to others, giving and receiving help and support, listen and accept advice of other people, showing interest and caring for others. In the literature, there are a lot of building trust models. For example, the model presented by Bracey consists of 5 elements: transparent, use-caring, transparent, responsive, use-caring, and trustworthy. And the ROC model. In this model, we underline following characteristics: reliability, openness, competence, and compassion. And high trust model, in this model, we underline humility, integrity, truth, responsiveness, unblemished fair play, support and encouragement, and team care. And also we have a lot of barriers related to trust. Distance barriers, physical barriers, language and cultural barriers. But I found very interesting research showing that also such elements like a type of drink which we drink during the first meeting influence on it if we are able to trust. So according to research, it's better to drink hot coffee than a cold drink. Also, if we are able to establish the trust at the first meeting, influence this if the floor is stable. So it's easier to establish the trust in the park where the floor is stable than in the cable car where the floor is unstable. And also it's easier to create the trust in a tidy place than in a dirty place. Trust is very easy to destroy and very difficult to rebuild. Sometimes it's even not possible because trust must be rebuilt in a natural way. We cannot enforce anybody to trust. In my research, I use the following elements to describe the trust: abilities and competences, benevolence, consistency, and reliability. And in the world of the business, trust is the key to successful knowledge management and innovation. And this element in my model is knowledge management. Knowledge management has long history. The first book about knowledge management appeared in 1993. The book was prepared by Carl Wick and was entitled Foundations. The next very famous book, very often cited, are the book prepared by Nonaka and Takauchi in 1995, the Knowledge Creating Company, Davenport Prusak Working Knowledge, 1998, and the book, series of books prepared by J. Lebowitz, and the first handbook was in 1999. And from this time, nowadays we have a lot of books on the market related to knowledge management. In this book, it is underlined that knowledge is one of the key assets that needs to be properly managed. And also in the literature, we can find a lot of definition of knowledge management. And here you can see two of them. But according to my definition, knowledge management consists of the 5 processes: localization, usage, development, storage, and transfer, which are used to increase the organizational performance of the organization. In my model and in my research, I use these 5 processes: localization, usage, development, storage, and transfer. And knowledge management enables organization to be more innovative. And the last element in my model is innovation. And innovation can be described as the application of better solutions that meet new requirements and also can fulfill existing market needs. And now I have a few questions. How innovative are you? Please imagine and think, what can you see at this picture? And some people can see flying birds flying to their nests, or a woman face. And what about this picture? Here is the woman, but some people can see old woman and some people can see young woman. Also, some people can see once old woman at this picture. The last question, what is at this figure? So some people can see a bird, maybe phoenix, and also some people can see at once question mark, and if you turn it upside down, it looks like a seal juggling a ball on its nose. In my model, I use the 4 dimensions of innovativeness: effectiveness, productivity, quality, and efficiency. And summarize this theoretical part: ideas plus support environment of appropriate leadership, trust, and knowledge management influence on innovation and help to create successful innovative company. Now I would like to present my Ari. Here you can see my conceptual model related with the 4 dimensions which I described in the theoretical part. So in this model, I have leadership with 4 constructs, trust with 4 constructs, knowledge management 5 constructs, and innovativeness 4 constructs. In my research, I established 9 hypotheses. First, leadership positively contributes to trust. Leadership positively contributes to knowledge management. Leadership positively contributes to innovativeness. Trust positively contributes to knowledge management. Trust positively contributes to innovativeness. Knowledge management positively contributes to innovativeness. And 3 next hypotheses are related with mediating relationship. So trust mediates the relationship between leadership and knowledge management. Trust and knowledge management mediate the relationship between leadership and innovation. And the last one, knowledge management mediates the relationship between trust and innovation. The study was made in United States. I choose 9 regions of the United States, and it was administered electronically via a professional internet survey site to 2,161 subjects. I got 108 completed answers. Among these answers, I have 28.4% from top-level management, 41.5% from middle-level management, and 30.1% from lower-level management. And to build the model, I choose the following stages. The first, I identify the most accurate constructs to describe the level of leadership, trust, knowledge management, and innovativeness of the organization. I presented these constructs at the theoretical part. Next, assessment of the model quality, presenting relations between hidden variables and observable variables. Next, assessment of the strength and direction of the influence of the constructs of leadership,